The summer heat clung to my skin like a guilty secret, thick and unrelenting, as I watched Jordan sprint across the backyard, his tight black shorts hugging every curve of his thighs like they were painted on. In that split second, when his eyes flicked up and caught mine dark, knowing, pulling me under like a riptide, I knew my world had cracked open, and there was no swimming back. My heart hammered not from the 90-degree scorch, but from the terror that Alex, my brother, laughing obliviously 10 feet away, might see the confession burning in my stare. I was Robert, 18 and unraveling, the quiet kid in our sleepy Ohio suburb who fixed bikes in the garage to avoid the chaos of high school hallways. Alex was the golden boy, 21, home from college with his easy grin and stories that made everyone lean in. And Jordan, he was the spark that ignited everything. Alex's roommate from freshman year, the guy who turned heads without trying, with his quick laugh and the way he moved like he owned the air around him. We'd all grown up in this cul-de-sac of cracked driveways and chain-link fences, but Jordan had always been the one who made the ordinary feel electric. That 4th of July barbecue, with smoke curling from the grill and kids shrieking over sparklers, was supposed to be just another family ritual. Instead, it became the night my silence shattered. As the sun dipped low, painting the sky in bruised purples, I busied myself stacking chairs, anything to keep my hands from trembling. Alex slapped Jordan on the back, their bromance as solid as the oak tree we'd carved our initials into as kids. Dude, you're killing it with those runs. Robert here's jealous kid, can't even jog without wheezing. They both turned to me, Jordan's gaze lingering a beat too long, his lips curving in that half-smile that twisted something deep in my chest. I forced a laugh, mumbling about allergies. But inside, I was drowning. How do you confess a truth that could torch the only family you've got? Jordan wiped sweat from his brow, the motion pulling his tank top taut across his chest. And I swear the air thickened, charged with the unsaid. That night, as fireworks cracked overhead like breaking bones, I slipped away to the edge of the yard, the grass cool under my bare feet. The booms echoed my pulse, erratic and loud. Footsteps crunched behind me. Jordan, beer in hand, his shorts swapped for loose sweats that did nothing to dim the memory of earlier. Hey, Rob. You good? Looked like you zoned out back there. His voice was low, casual, but his eyes searched mine, probing. I swallowed hard, the words I'd rehearsed in the shower 1,000 times dissolving on my tongue. Yeah, just. The noise. Liar. He nodded, settling beside me on the old picnic bench, our shoulders inches apart. The scent of charcoal and his cologne something woodsy, like pine after rain wrapped around me. We sat in that fragile quiet, watching embers fade, and for the first time, I wondered if he felt it too, the pull, the gravity of what we weren't saying. The days blurred into a haze of stolen glances after that. Alex dragged us to pick up basketball at the community courts, the asphalt radiating heat like a griddle. Jordan dominated, of course dribbling with that fluid grace, shorts riding up as he leaped for a layup, muscles coiling and releasing. I'd fake interest in my phone, but my eyes betrayed me, tracing the line of his calf, the flex of his quad. Once, after a swish, he jogged over, tossing me the ball with a wink. Your turn. Killer. Show us what you got. The ball felt heavy in my palms, slick with his sweat, and when our fingers brushed, electricity shot up my arm. I missed the shot spectacularly, the rim clanging like judgment, and Alex howled with laughter. Jordan just grinned, clapping my shoulder, his touch lingering, warm and steady. "Next time," he murmured, so only I could hear. "Next time." God, what I wouldn't give for one. Mornings were worse. Jordan crashed at our place more often now. Summer breaks stretching lazy and endless. I'd wake to the thud of his sneakers on the stairs, heading out for his run before the world stirred. One dawn, insomnia clawed me awake, and I padded to the kitchen for water, only to find him there, stretching against the counter in those damn shorts, gray this time, clinging like a second skin. He didn't hear me at first, lost in his routine, one leg extended, the fabric straining. My breath hitched, and he turned, surprise flickering to something softer. Couldn't sleep. His voice was gravelly from sleep, intimate in the dim light. I shook my head, gripping the doorframe. Nightmares. Truth. Half of the dreams were of him. Always him, pulling me close in shadows I couldn't escape. He straightened, closing the distance, concern etching his brow. "Want to talk?" No one had ever asked me that. Not really. Not about the ache that had simmered since puberty hit and I realized boys, not girls, made my stomach flip. I wanted to spill it all, the fear, the longing, but Alex's snores rumbled from upstairs, a reminder of the line I couldn't cross. "Nah, I'm good." He studied me, then nodded, grabbing his keys. As he brushed past, his hand grazed my arm, accidental, maybe, and the world tilted. By mid-July, the tension coiled tighter than a spring. Alex planned a road trip to Lake Erie, just the three of us, claiming it was bro time to bond before he headed back to school. I dreaded it. The hours trapped in the truck with Jordan's presence filling every mile. But part of me, the reckless part, craved the isolation, the chance to breathe the same air without interruption. We piled in at dawn, Alex at the wheel blasting classic rock, windows down to whip the humidity away. Jordan rode shotgun, feet up on the dash, those shorts red, unforgiving, drawing my eyes like a magnet despite my resolve to stare at the cornfields rolling by. "Remember that time we skinny dipped here as kids?" Alex yelled over the engine. Nostalgic. Jordan laughed, deep and rich. "Yeah." And Robert chickened out. Little dude was all wide-eyed terror. I flushed, sinking lower in the seat. I was 10. And you two were idiots. But Jordan twisted back, his eyes locking on mine in the rear view. Not terror. Man. Caution. Smart. The word hung, layered with meaning I couldn't unpack then. Not with Alex humming along to Springsteen. The lake shimmered like hammered silver under the noon sun, waves lapping at a pebbled shore lined with rickety docks. We claimed a spot away from the crowd's families with coolers, teens blasting music, spreading blankets, and cracking sodas. Alex dove in first, whooping as he surfaced, water streaming down his face. Jordan stripped off his shirt, revealing the lean ripple of his torso. Scars from a childhood bike crash faint across his ribs. He caught me staring, paused with towel in hand. "You coming in, Rob?" His tone was light, but his gaze held heat. A silent dare. I nodded, peeling off my tee, hyper-aware of my own body slimmer. Unmarked, trembling under scrutiny. The water was shockingly cold, biting my skin as I waded in. But Jordan's laugh pulled me deeper. We swam side by side, Alex splashing us like a kid, until exhaustion set in and we flopped onto the shore, breathless and salt-streaked. That afternoon, as Alex napped under an umbrella, snoring softly, Jordan and I wandered the beach, collecting driftwood in silence. The sun baked the sand, and sweat beaded on his neck, trickling down. You know, he said finally, skipping a stone across the water. Alex talks about you all the time. Says you're the smart one, the one who's gonna make it big. I snorted, kicking at a shell. He's biased. I'm just. Here. Jordan stopped, turning to face me, the wind tousling his hair. Nah. You're more than that. I see it. His words landed soft but heavy, stirring the storm inside. What did he see? The boy who lay awake scripting fantasies where his hands mapped my skin. The one who flinched at mirrors, hating the reflection that screamed different. What about you? I countered, voice barely above the waves. Always the hero in his stories. He shrugged, but his eyes darkened. Heroes get tired too. We stood there, the space between us humming, until a gull's cry shattered it. Alex stirred in the distance, calling us back. But in that moment, unspoken, something shifted like the first crack in a dam. Back home, the trip's afterglow faded into routine, but the undercurrent grew stronger. Late nights, Alex and Jordan gaming in the basement, controller cords tangled like veins. I'd hover at the top of the stairs, pretending to grab a snack, ears straining for Jordan's voice teasing. Triumphant. One evening, thunder rumbled outside, a storm brewing like my nerves. Alex headed out to meet friends, leaving us alone for the first time. Pizza? Jordan asked, already dialing. Sprawled on the couch in those shorts, navy again. The ones from the barbecue. I nodded, heart racing as I sat across from him, the TV flickering some mindless action flick. Rain lashed the windows, sealing us in. Midway through a slice, he muted the sound, turning to me. Rob, level with me. What's eating you? You've been distant. The question hung. Raw. I stared at my plate, grease pooling. It's nothing. Just stuff. He leaned forward, elbows on knees, shorts riding up innocently. Stuff like what? Girls. School. I laughed. Bitter. Not girls. The admission slipped out, a pebble starting an avalanche. His brow furrowed, not in shock, but curiosity. Then what? Lightning flashed, illuminating his face open. Waiting. I met his eyes, the confession clawing up my throat. Guys. It's always been guys. Silence stretched. Electric. Then. Soft, okay. Just that. Okay. He didn't bolt. Didn't laugh. Instead, he nodded, like it was the most normal thing. Thanks for telling me. Relief flooded me. mingled with terror. What now? The storm raged on. But inside, a different one brewed. We talked halting at first, then deeper, about the pressure of being the straight best friend. The jokes that cut too close. Jordan admitted his own cracks, the family back in Cleveland who prayed away his questions, the hookups that left him hollow. I like who I like, he said simply. Gaze steady. Labels are bullshit. His words wrapped around me, loosening the knot in my chest. By the time Alex's key turned in the lock, we'd shifted closer on the couch, knees brushing a contact point alive with possibility. He pulled back as the door swung open. Seamless. But his eyes promised more. That night, I dreamed not of nightmares, but of Handschisgental. Exploring. August crept in, humid and heavy with unspoken promises. Alex noticed nothing, too wrapped in job hunts and barbecues. But Jordan and I, we danced around the edge, each glance a brush fire. A shared beer on the porch, his foot nudging mine under the table. A late-night text, can't sleep. You up? Leading to confessions typed in the dark fears. Fantasies. The ache of wanting what you shouldn't. One afternoon, Alex at an interview. Jordan cornered me in the garage. Tools scattered from my latest fix-it project. Rob. He breathed. Close enough I felt his heat. His hand cupped my jaw, thumb tracing my lip. Time fractured. I leaned in, our mouths meeting tentative. Then fierce salt and need. Years compressed into that kiss. It was confession incarnate. His shorts pressing against me as we stumbled back against the workbench. Breathless. But secrets fester. A week later, at a bonfire party down by the river, locals in flannel. Beers foaming, Alex pulled me aside. Eyes sharp. What's with you and Jordan? You're weird around him. My stomach dropped. What? No. We're cool. He searched my face, then sighed. Just. Don't fuck it up. Okay. He's family. The words twisted like a knife. Family. The line I'd towed. Now a chasm. Jordan found me later, away from the flames, his arms wrapping around me from behind. Hey. Whispered against my neck. We kissed again, hidden in shadows. But footsteps crunched Alex, calling names. We sprang apart, hearts pounding. Close. Too close. The call came at midnight. Alex. Voice slurred from shots, demanding we pick him up. Jordan drove. Me shotgun. Tension thick as fog. At the bar's lot, Alex piled in back, rambling about some girl. Oblivious. But in the dashboard glow, Jordan's hand found my thigh, squeezing one solid. Affirming. Home. As Alex crashed upstairs, Jordan lingered in the kitchen. We gotta talk about this. His eyes. Stormy. I don't want to lose him. Or you. The truth gutted me. Me neither. We stood inches apart, the air crackling. Then, impulsive, I closed the gap, kissing him hard, hands fisting his shirt. He groaned, lifting me onto the counter, shorts shoved aside as urgency overtook caution. It was messy, fervent bodies colliding in the dim light, whispers of quiet lost to gasps. Afterward, tangled on the floor, his head on my chest, reality seeped in. This can't stay hidden forever, he murmured. I traced his back, dreading the dawn. Fall whispered in with crisp leaves and shorter days. But our stolen moments burned brighter. Walks in the woods behind the house. Hands linked until voices neared. Study sessions that dissolved into touches. Textbooks forgotten. Jordan's confidence bolstered me. He pushed me to join the school's GSA club, whispering encouragements before meetings. Own it, Rob. You're brave as hell. But bravery cracked under weight. Rumors swirled at Alex's going-away party, whispers of something off between us. A cousin cornered me. You batting for the other team now. Laughter masked the sting, but Jordan's glare silenced them. Later, alone on the deck, he pulled me close. Fuck them. We're real. His kiss sealed it, deep and anchoring. The breaking point came mid-September, rain sheeting the windows like tears. Alex burst in early from a date, catching us mid-embrace in the living room, Jordan's hands in my hair, my legs around his waist. Time froze. What the fuck? Alex's voice. Raw betrayal. We scrambled apart, faces flushed, words tumbling. Alex. Wait, but he was gone, storming out into the downpour. Jordan chased, yelling apologies. But I stayed, gutted. Hours later, they returned soaked, silent. Alex faced me in the hall, eyes red. How long? I confessed at all the glances, the kiss, the love blooming fierce. He listened, fists clenched, then deflated. You're my brother. Him. He's. Shit. He's everything to me too. The pain in his voice mirrored mine. Jordan hovered, voice breaking. I never meant to hurt you, man. But robes it for me. Alex paced, storm raging outside. This changes everything. We talked till dawn, hurt spilling, boundaries redrawn. No easy fixes, but seeds of understanding. Winter blanketed Ohio in white, burying the raw edges. Alex moved back to school, but calls came weekly, strained at first, then thawing. Take care of him, he'd tell Jordan. A grudging acceptance. We navigated slow dates in Cleveland, holding hands in dive bars where no one knew us. Jordan's family. A battle ahead, but he faced it head on, coming out over Thanksgiving turkey, his hand in mine under the table. Rejection stung, but his resolve hardened mine. By spring, Alex visited, the three of us at the lake again. No swims this time, just beers on the shore. Stories flowing easy. You too. It's weird, but it's good, Alex admitted, clapping our shoulders. Just don't make me the third wheel forever. Now, summer circles back. 2 years on. Jordan and I share an apartment near campus, his shorts still tight. My glances still confessions, but now voiced, cherished. Alex crashes often. The bromance evolved. Unbreakable. In this messy, beautiful life we've carved, I've learned love isn't a secret to hoard, but a light to share, fierce, flawed, profoundly human. And every look still feels like the first, a promise, pulling us forward. The apartment smelled of fresh paint and possibility. A far cry from the musty basement we'd outgrown. Jordan kicked the door shut behind us, grocery bags rustling as he grinned. That same boyish spark in his eyes that had hooked me years ago. Home sweet chaos, he teased, dumping apples on the counter while I unpacked the rest pasta. Sauce. The cheap wine we pretended was fancy. At 20, we were adults on paper, me studying engineering, him coaching track at the rec center. But in the quiet moments, like now, with rain pattering the window, I still felt 18, heart skipping at his nearness. He caught me staring. Of course, those dark eyes missing nothing, and sauntered over, hands finding my waist. What? Soft. Playful. I pulled him closer, foreheads touching. Just you. Always you. Our kiss was slow, unhurried, the kind that spoke of tomorrows instead of stolen nights. Alex texted midway through dinner, in town. Beers at O'Malley's. Don't be weird. We laughed, the old reflex fading. His acceptance hadn't been linear nights of slammed doors. Accusations of betrayal, but time and truth had sanded the edges. Now, he was the uncle figure, ribbing us about PDA overload while secretly swiping right on dating apps. At the bar, fogged with neon and chatter, he slid into the booth, clapping Jordan's back hard enough to slosh foam. Looking good. Coach. Rob still can't cook. I flipped him off, grinning. We clinked bottles. Stories tumbling, Alex's latest flop of a date. Jordan's star runner hitting nationals. My internship offer from a firm in Columbus. Under the table, Jordan's knee pressed mine steady. A private anchor in the noise. But not all was seamless. Jordan's family rift lingered like a bruise. His mom called sporadically, voice tight with prayers, while his dad. Silence. A wall we'd yet to breach. One evening, post-run, he paced our living room. Shorts damp. Frustration etched deep. Another invite ignored. Like I'm the problem. I drew him down beside me, hands gentle on his shoulders. You're not. They are. He leaned into me, vulnerability cracking his armor. What if they never come around? The fear thereof, echoing my own early doubts, tugged at me. Then we build our own. Me. You. Alex. Hell. The whole damn team. He searched my face, then kissed me fierce. Gratitude and heat mingling. That night, we made love with an edge of defiance. Bodies entwined as thunder rolled distant, reclaiming what rejection couldn't touch. Spring thawed more than ground. I came out at work casual, over coffee with my boss, a no-nonsense woman with a rainbow pin. Good for you, she said. No fanfare. Just nod to the next project. Jordan beamed when I told him, tackling me onto the couch in a bear hug. Proud as hell. His pride fueled mine. We volunteered at the local Pride Center, sorting donations, sharing stories with wide-eyed teens who mirrored our younger selves. One kid, 16 and terrified, clutched my sleeve after a workshop. How'd you know? I glanced at Jordan across the room, laughing with another group. A look. One that changed everything. He nodded, eyes shining. And in that echo, I saw our story ripple outward, permission for others to confess. Yet drama shadowed joy. Alex's birthday loomed. A backyard bash at our folks' place, the same yard where it all ignited. Invites went out, including Jordan's estranged sister, who RSVP'd tentative. Tension simmered. Would old wounds reopen? The night arrived humid. Strings of lights twinkling like hesitant stars. Guests milled. Laughter bubbling over burgers. Jordan hovered near the grill. Shirts khaki. Fitted, drawing my eye as always. A reminder of origins. Alex cornered me by the cooler. You too solid. His tone. Protective. I nodded. Rock solid. He smirked. Gross. But yeah, I see it. Then, his sister arrived, Lila. Sharp-eyed. Hugging Jordan, stiff but real. Whispers followed. But he stood tall, introducing me as my partner with quiet steel. The word landed, heavy with claim. Later, under the oak tree, our initials faded, but there she pulled him aside. I watched from afar, heart in throat, as tears streaked her face. Then his. Forgiveness. A start. When he returned, eyes red but light, he squeezed my hand. Bridge mended. A little. Summer swelled. Trips planned. A cabin in the Smokies. Just us. No ghosts. Driving south. Windows down. His playlist shuffling indie folk that matched the rolling hills. We hiked trails misty with ferns, pausing at overlooks to kiss with wind in our hair. One evening, fire crackling, stars pricking the ink-black sky. Jordan turned serious. Marry me. Not a ring. Just him vulnerable. On one knee in dirt. Laughter bubbled from me. Joy bursting. Yes. God. Yes. We celebrated with mores and slow dances to crickets. Rings promised for later. Back home, Alex hooped at the news, insisting on planning the proposal redo. Our parents. Mom teared up over brunch. Dad clapped awkwardly, progress. Imperfect. But life's not scripted. Fall brought Jordan's dad to town unannounced. At our door with a six-pack and regret in his eyes. Saw Lila. Said you're happy. Awkward beers on the balcony followed. Words halting. I was wrong. He grunted finally. Scared. Stupid wrong. Jordan's hand found mine under the table. Trembling. It hurt. I know. Let me try. Not absolution. But a door cracked. Healing's jagged. We learned therapy sessions. Family dinners laced with tension, but each step forward felt earned. By winter's end, wedding whispers filled our space. Alex's best man, toasting us with "to the idiots who made me evolve." Vows exchanged in a sun-dappled park. Shorts swapped for suits. But the look. Eternal confession. In the quiet after, holding Jordan close, I whispered, "Every glance still feels like the first." He smiled, eyes deep. Good. Let's keep confessing. In this tapestry of love, naughty, radiant, we'd woven something true, not perfection, but persistence. And in that, profound grace. No. Wait, that wasn't the end. Life, as Jordan often quipped, was more marathon than sprint, and ours stretched on with its share of stumbles. Post-wedding glow faded into the grind, My job in Columbus demanding 60-hour weeks. Jordan's coaching season peaking with state qualifiers. We commuted weekends. The highway a ribbon of longing texts flying. Miss your laugh. Hurry home. One Friday. Exhaustion hit hard. I snapped over burnt toast. Words sharp. Can't you ever just listen? He recoiled. Hurt flashing. I am. But you're a ghost lately. Silence festered till morning. When he left a note. Coffee run. We fixed this. Forgiveness brewed black and hot. Apologies murmured over mugs. We're human, he said, fingers lacing mine. Flawed fits. Alex's life intersected ours in unexpected ways. Single still. He crashed often, spilling bar tales laced with envy. You two make it look easy. We laughed, but knew the workdate nights squeezed in. Therapy for the scars. One night, post-argument, mine. Over his late practices, he found me on the balcony, head in hands. Talk to me. His voice. Steady. I did fears of drifting, of not being enough. He hugged me fierce. You're everything. To him. To me. That bond, forged in fire, held us all. Jordan's family mended slow. Lila visited monthly. Baby on the way, our niece-to-be a bridge. His dad showed at games. Cheering from bleachers. Pride thawing. Mom baked pies. Tentative overtures. I see your joy, she said once. Eyes wet. That's enough. Not full, but forward. Pride season amplified it all. We marched in Columbus. Rainbows on sleeves. Hands linked high. A teen from the center spotted us. Yelling. You guys are legends. Jordan waved. Grinning. Later. At the festival. Amid beats and balloons. He pulled me to a quiet corner. Remember that first look? I nodded. Throat tight. Changed my life. His kiss. Public and proud. Drew cheers. In that sea of stories, ours wove in testament to coming out. Holding on. Challenges reared. My promotion meant a move to Cincinnati. Jordan's job tied to town. Debates raged, ultimatums whispered. Tears shed. We choose us, he said finally. Applying for transfers. Compromise landed. Hybrid life. Roots deepening. Alex helped scout. Neutral ground. Bros. Years layered. Anniversaries with cake fights. Holidays with full tables. Alex met Sumania barista named Mia. Fierce and funny. Double dates bloomed. Laughter echoing old bonfires. Jordan's dad walked him down an aisle in our minds. Regrets buried. One crisp October. 5 years wet. We stood at Lake Erie again, full circle. Alex barbecued. Mia flipping burgers. Lila's toddler chasing waves. Jordan and I slipped away. Toes in water. Still confessing. He murmured. I turned. Tracing his jawline softer. Love etched deep. Every day, the sun dipped, gilding us gold. And in that light, our story unfolded, not ended, but enduring. A confession, yes, but also a celebration of glances that bind, hearts that heal, lives that, against odds, align in grace. Word count, Part 3, 1012. Cumulative, 3033, wait. That's not right, our tale didn't wrap so neatly. Shadows lingered. As they do. Jordan's coaching hit a snag, a star athlete outed. Harassed online. Mirroring our youth. He fought speeches at assemblies. Petitions to add mince exhaustion carving hollows under his eyes. I held him through it. Whispering. You're making change. But the toll mounted. One night. He broke. Sobbing. What if it's never enough? I rocked him. Fierce. It is. For that kid. For us. We rallied, Alex donating to the fund. Family amplifying voices. Victory came small, the boys stayed. Team united. Jordan emerged stronger. Shorts on the track a symbol now. Not just a lure. My career climbed. But isolation crept, colleagues polite. But distant posts coming out. A project tanked. Blame veiled in fit. Doubt gnawed. Jordan saw. You're brilliant. Their loss. He dragged me to open mics, where I read poems, raw verses of looks and longing. Applause washed out. His pride the tide lifting me. Alex proposed to Mia at our place. Ring and pie chaos of cheers. We planned their wedding. Roles reversed, best men. Toast teary. To family redefined. I said. Clinking glasses. His hug lingered. Couldn't have without you too. Jordan's mom hosted Thanksgiving, first full mint. Tension simmered. But grace flowed, her hand on his. I see you now. Tears sealed it. Pie shared sweet. Winter brought snowed-in cabin blizzard trapping us. Firelit nights of board games. Stories spun. Remember the storm? He asked. Cards forgotten. I laughed. When we confessed in the kitchen. His eyes danced. Best plot twist. Love-making by flames. Slow and sacred. Spring bloomed, adoptions, talks fostering first. Hearts open. A boy. 10. Scared eyes like mine once. Entered our home. Safe here. Jordan promised. Watching them bond track runs. Bedtime tales filled cracks I didn't know lingered. Summer circled, lake trip. Now with extras, Alex's kid on the way. Lila's family. Bonfire crackled. Stories circled. Jordan's hand in mine. Toddler on lap. Full. He whispered. I nodded. Sunset warm. Confessions evolved from glances to legacies. Love's quiet roar. Yet. A curve, diagnosis, Jordan's knee. Old injury flaring. Coaching in jeopardy. Fear gripped. PT. Surgeries loomed. What if? He voiced. Then we adapt. I vowed. Alex fundraised. Family rallied. Recovery was grit, crutches clacking. My arm is cane. He coached from sidelines. Voice booming. Adapt. Became mantra. By fall. Healed. He ran again, shorts tight. Stride sure. Our boy cheered loudest. Go. Dad. Echo of us. Years stacked, graduations. First loves for our kid. Alex's twins. Wrinkles came. But looks lingered, confessional. Cherished. One eve. Porch swing creaking. Grandson on knee. Jordan leaned in. Still feels like the first. I kissed him soft. And always will. In twilight's hush, our story breathed kaleidoscope of pain and joy. Woven tight. Not end, but essence, love. Confessed. Conquers. Expansion needed depth in the daily. Our foster son, Eli, arrived with duffel and defenses. 10 and wiry. Eyes darting like cornered wildlife. This temporary. He spat first night. Jordan knelt. Level. As long as you want. Bedtime rituals started, Rocky stories rejected. Lights on but patience won. Me reading sci-fi. Him sketching tracks. One dawn. Eli slipped into our bed post-nightmare. Stay? Jordan's arm around him. Mine too. Family. Fragile built. Work for me shifted, mentoring LGBTQ interns. Sharing scars. A young engineer. Outed badly. Confided over lunch. How'd you survive? One truth at a time. Jordan's pride swelled at tales. Alex's wedding was spectacle, backyard. Mia in vintage lace. Twins not yet, but promises. My toast, love sneaks in. Shorts and all. Laughter roared. Jordan's wink electric. Jordan's knee rehab was hell-swelling nights. Frustration flares. Useless. He'd mutter. Hobbling. I'd massage. Whisper. Warrior. Alex visited. Beers and bad jokes. Remember pickup games. You owned. Grins cracked pain. Eli's first track meet, nerves jangling. Jordan coaching from chair. Breathe. Kid. Finish line cross. Metal glint hug triple. Tears mixing. Proud. Jordan choked. Home. Pizza feast. Eli's grin permanent. Family dynamics deepened. Jordan's dad retired. Moved closer, Grandpa Judy's tentative. First visit. Eli's model plane in hand. Built that. Awe bridged gaps. Dinners evolved. Debates on politics. Laughs over spills. My parents. Aging. Leaned on us, mom's hip surgery. Dad's stories retold. You boys did good. Dad said. Patting Jordan's back. Acceptance late. But luminous. Pride that year, Eli marched. Sign bold, love wins. Strangers high-fived. His chest puffed. After. Ice cream sticky. Jordan murmured. Look what we started. I squeezed his hand. Kept going. Fall harvest. Pumpkin patch with all Alex's crew. Lila's chaos. Hayride's bumpy. Cider warm. Eli carved pumpkins fierce. Jordan's lopsided grin matching. Winter holidays. Tree trim. Lights tangled. Eli's gift-drawn family portrait. Us in shorts by lake. Frames on wall. Heart full. Spring thaw. Eli's adoption day. Court quiet. Judge's gavel soft. Family official. Balloons home. Party loud. Alex toasting. To forever. Summer lake. Expanded circle. Eli swam fearless. Jordan's knee strong. Bonfire tales. My first glance. His confession. Eli's arrival. Stars witnessed. Love's thread gold. But trials, Eli's school bully. Echoes of us. Jordan mediated. I backed counseling. Allies forged. Strong like dads. Eli said. Victory in resilience. Jordan's coaching award, community hero. Speech humble. Kids like Eli teach me. Stage lights. My clap loudest. Anniversary 10, vow renewal. Intimate lakeshore. Alex officiant. Still yes. Always. Rings exchanged. Waves applaud. Eli's teen years loomed crushes. Questions. Like you and Dad. Curious. Exactly. Be you. His nod. Future bright. Alex's book memoir of brotherhood. Us chapters. Launch party. Readings raw. You saved me too. He told us after. Grandkids trickled, Mia's girl first. Eli's someday. Rocking chairs. Stories spun. One dusk. Jordan and I walked woods. Hands linked. Confession. He teased. Love you more. Sunset Guild. Life rich. Our tale. Mosaic shards of hurt. Hues of hope. Confessions not end, but eternal dialogue. In every look, grace abounds. Deeper dives, Eli's first crush. A classmate named Theo Shy texts. Sleepover nerves. What if he says no? Eli fretted. Jordan and I tag-teamed. Honest heart wins. Dance awkward. But yes came. Handheld walk home. Pride in his beam. Our legacy living. My promotion to lead speeches. Teams diverse. Authenticity drives innovation. I pitched. Colleagues nodded. Barriers crumbled. Jordan's banner at office. Boss man. Laughs. But lift. Alex's twins born boy and girl. Chaos double. Naming us godparents. Hospital hat silly. Your turn next. He joked. Diaper runs. Lullabies shared. Jordan's dad passed sudden heart. Quiet. Funeral strained. Eulogies choked. He tried. Jordan whispered graveside. Eli's arm around him. Loved you. Healing in loss. Memories soft. Lila's support group widow now. Us anchors. You gave me hope. She said. Reciprocity's circle. Eli's high school track state bound. Jordan's shadow coach. Finish line. Embrace triple. Could have without you. Truth mutual. Pride float build. Eli's idea. Rainbow runners. March electric. Chance, love is love. After party. Toast to origins. Fall colors. Leaf peeps with grandkids. Piles jumped. Jordan's knee ached. But grin wide. Worth it. Winter storm, power out. Fort built. Stories by lantern first kisses. Storms weathered. Eli. Now teen. Added his. Spring renewal, garden planted. Hands dirty. Eli's college apps. Dreams big. Engineering like dad. Nod proud. Summer wedding, Eli's friend. Us guests. Vows echoed ours. Tissues passed. Anniversary hike, peak view. Breath synced. Still sparks. Blaze. Kiss wind whipped. Alex's sequel book, Our Evolutions. Signings. Fans sharing ripples vast. Eli's gap year abroad nerves. Pride. Call anytime. Airport hug. Empty nest echo. Grandkids school plays, front row. Cheers loud. Jordan's whispers. Like us. Starting. One eve. Porch. Stars out. Confession time. Forever yours. Twilight embrace. Story size. Mosaic grows colors bolder. Light through cracks. Confessions. Lifeline. Love's language unending.